some of the shadow powers I've been looking at, they could be quite useful. I need to boost my willpower a bit first.
Yeah, the guy who looks like you.
It's not. It's the hospital. But it's like that. It's shut down.
Does she also have COVID? Because the food in the lungs is very COVID.
I don't suppose you've seen the trailer today for the new Matrix film.
I haven't seen it today. I saw one yesterday. Is it different than the one that has Keanu Reeves in it?
Yeah, no, it's probably that one. Yeah. I'm in two minds about it because the last couple of Matrix films just really didn't do it for me. The first one's great on its own. But we'll see. Here's a question for you. What's the difference between following somebody and subscribing to somebody on Twitch?
So subscribing is you pay me money. That's what it is. You subscribe to me, and you get all these other things. That's where a lot of Twitchers make their money, is people subbing and subscribing.
Right.
And it can be anywhere from like $5 a month. You could do it per month, or you could do it for like 6 months at a time. You know, one bill. You know, it's whatever anybody wants to do. I am not there to earn money. I'm not going to tell people not to sub, but if they sub, cool. If they don't sub, cool. I'm here to show people how to play Legends of Kralis. That's all I care about. Because while the sub is awesome, having people buy the game is even awesomer.
Yes, I imagine so. And actually seeing other people play your game would be even more so.
Yes. That would be even more better. And the only way I can get people to play my game is to have awesome people like you and Plot Doctor and other people who've actually played it speak to people who haven't and say, listen, you should give it a shot. You know, tell them what you like or don't like. I mean, not going to buy anybody's praise. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. It's not the end of the world for me. If that makes any sense.
Makes sense to me.
You know, because not every game is for every person. You know.
No. But there's enough of a community out there that you can find a game.
Oh yeah. And last night I did one with Lord Baron and his wife, and they were both kind of like, "Oh, it looks so chunky, it looks so clunky," and I'm like, "All right, let's create a character." And they create a character, and afterwards he's like, "This was the easiest character creation for a in-depth system that I've ever done before."
Yeah.
Well, brilliant. That's awesome. I'm gonna quote you on that. And he's like, "Okay."
Well, my definition for difficult systems, I mean, I run Rollmaster.
Yeah, I've run Rollmaster as well, so
I've run everything from second edition, almost everything from second edition Rollmaster onwards. I've not run the current one, sort of, if you want to call it that, which is Rollmaster Classic. Because I found standard system works best for me.
And what's really intimidating for a lot of people for this game system is the fact that it is
It's not D&D.
it's not D&D, and on top of
There's
that,
no character classes.
right, that's the big issue everybody seems to have.
And character level advancement, so you know at a certain point you will improve at this.
Right.
You know, and people find that strange. I personally don't mind it. I prefer systems that are class free. That way you get to play the character you want to play rather than
Being shoehorned into something else.
Yeah, I've seen people who play fighters and all they can do, or all they think they can do, is fight. You know, which in D&D, particularly in first and second edition, that was it.
Right.
Oh, dear.
Right, so I am dropping into our little chat. Albert link.
Ah, right. Good, he's remembered it from last time. Because I put the names of the characters at the bottom of the tokens for you.
Brilliant.
All you do is just right click on the token and you can give it a colour and a name. That looks like a will. Hello, the will.
Say something.
Say something.
Hello.
Hello.
Something.
Flipping heck. One side seems to be not putting any sound through, which is a bit of a pain.
Can you hear us though?
Yeah, I can, from one side, from this side I can, but from that side there's no sound coming through.
You have no end of trouble.
No, I know.
Well, at least you're here early.
You know what's awesome? We can trade each other without leaving. But I trade.
Really, that worked out perfectly.
Look at this. Look at this. Oh, my.
Yeah, the dice roller's working.
I don't see your die roll.
I'm gonna do first.
It should be coming up under my name on the
Yeah, there you go.
left-hand
19.
side.
Got it.
Oh.
I'll be using that tonight for a bit. See how it goes. Can't be doing worse than last week. Well, last session rather.
Can't be worse than in fantasy grounds.
It's not that bad. I get as bad a dice rolls as you.
Everybody gets bad dice rolls on that.
No, they don't. It's a random. It really is.
The one I'm actually going to be, once I'm settled with what I want to do, I'm going to start working on building a Foundry virtual tabletop.
Yeah, I've got the Foundry rule set. I'm having trouble getting my head around it.
Yeah,
My mate Graham's got it, and he says it's easy, but he's a programmer, so.
Right. It always depends on your perspective of certain things, right?
Yeah.
But yes, I have enough programming capability in me to work with it. I'll definitely have to look up a lot of things, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's mostly JavaScript and HTML, so.
Which sound like foreign languages to me.
I did a
They
best.
are, technically.
They are.
I remember any-
Hey, Chris, how are you?
How are you?
Good evening. How's it going?
Good. Hey, since I've
Not
got
too
you
bad.
guys all here now, I have a question for you. I'm going to be doing when we launch the Kickstarter, I'm going to be putting a thank you to the final beta testers up, and not using your faces, but using their character icons. I was wondering if you would be comfortable with me having your last names, or if you just want your first names.
Could you just refer to me as Plot Doctor, please? If that would be okay.
Yeah, that's fine by me. I don't know how. Wasn't sure how you wanted to.
Yeah.
I've got all the wings that
I don't know, use my first name because Simon's pretty generic. But definitely use my TikTok name
All right.
because that's pretty much what I use on almost all social media.
Okay.
If you want to do the same for me, Will and Freelancer Blitz. Then,
Do you just want me to use your TikTok name?
well, it's just a gamer tag actually, Freelancer Blitz. I'm gonna have a go at starting a YouTube channel at some point in the near future. So
Okay. No worries. I just want to make sure I get everybody's names and what they're comfortable with.
oh, that's cool.
So, any questions about rules or anything that you guys are still have some minor questions about or anything like that that I can solve for the next 12 minutes or so?
In terms of a rest, how long does it take to get fatigue back?
So fatigue is recovered by the hour when you're resting, and it is a base of, I believe, 10 plus your stamina modifier per hour, I believe. Let me just double check that real quick. And if you're curious where that rule is, that would be on page 343. Yeah, it's 10 plus your stamina modifier every hour, as long as you're resting. If you're not, like if you're walking around and that, and resting means like sitting down or making camp or doing something like that. Otherwise, you only gain 5 fatigue per hour. So you're always regenerating it. You just don't regenerate it as fast as if you sit down on the couch and pop yourself a brew and eat some chips.
Yeah, fantastic. I think a rest is going to be in definite order because I've got like
No fatigue.
14 fatigue points
Yeah,
left.
you've got enough to maybe.
I can't even do a heal at this point.
No, you could do a heal. You could do a minor heal. That's only
yeah.
3 points, 6 points.
15, I think.
No,
Q. Have I gone wrong?
secure wounds is a base of 15 plus your total number of successes plus your charisma modifier.
Okay, yeah. So I've got a few heals left in me,
Yeah,
but
you got
that's
a few
about it.
heals in you. Chris, how do you feel about how the rules have been playing out for you? Are you enjoying the rule system? Enjoying your character?
Yeah, I really am actually. I'm loving the rules. Like I said before, I love how streamlined combat is. It's beautiful. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. Like enemies feel challenging, which is nice. I don't have that that superhero feeling you get from sorry, I'm just looking at some dice. I don't get that superhero feeling that you get from D&D sometimes. So it's nice. It feels challenging. It feels terrifying at times. Like that burning skull thing. I was just like, oh my god, that's like genuinely like terrifying a little bit, and I loved it. So yeah, really happy with it so far.
Oh, brilliant. And Will, what about you? How are you coming?
I like Bron. He's tough as boots.
And how are the?
I'm understanding the basic rules. I've made a little cheat board thing of where I move a counter up and down to work out my my successes a bit easier. And I've also wrote down the damage bonus when I use the battle cry thing.
And I want you. I don't want you to be deceived, any one of you, about the ease of combat. Combat is easy, but the higher you gain in power, the more stuff you're going to be able to do, which means it takes just a little bit longer. But but by the time you get to like high ranks, which are like 10th, 15th, and 20th rank and higher, you will have a very strong understanding of your character, right? You'll know what you can do. You know that you've got this ability, and that ability does this, and all that stuff. So I don't want you to come away with, in lower rank combat, it's supposed to be quick. It's supposed to be very quick and deadly. And upper ones allow you to really But you're also not doing, like taking 10 minutes per turn for each person. Generally, most people should have what they're doing fairly quickly. And, even with the GM, it takes a little bit of time, but not too much. And, and everybody's got their own GMing style where, they will do like, they'll do like one roll for the whole bad guys and that'll be it kind of concept.
Yeah, I think what I like most about it, sorry, I'm just going to open my door one second.
No worries.
We're back in a moment.
We just duplicate copper.
It's warm in here, I need some airflow. What I sort of like most about it is, like I said before, that everything just goes off one roll. So you roll to attack, and that gives you your successes, and then you add it to your base damage, and then you multiply it, and that's your damage. It's like unless you crit, it's just one roll for combat, and that I find really, really very, very pleasing. Like it speeds things up so much compared to. Did your aircon just turn on or something?
My icon?
Aircon, air conditioning.
My AC, my fan's on in the background. Is it too loud?
Ah, right. It suddenly got very, very loud all of a second.
Oh no, it's been on for a while ever since we've been talking.
I don't know what it was then. But yeah, so that kind of thing, I prefer it so much more than like D&D where it's like roll to hit, roll to attack, roll for damage, roll blah blah blah. It feels very fluid, and I can see how like even as you go up things will become more complicated, but because of the base mechanic, that basic mechanic makes it feel very, very fluid, so it just adds options onto it, if that makes sense, rather than complicating things.
Right. No, and that's I'm very pleased to hear that. I'm always nervous about combat because I always look at it going, how can I make combat faster and do this and do that, and I hear a bunch of
That's my biggest problem with high-level games like in D&D. It stops being a role-play game when you get into combat because you've all got so many spells and so many abilities, and you just lose the game to the mechanics. That's why I prefer games at a lower, more threatening level. If that makes sense. And this system seems to have that so far.
How do I host other channels? Can I host your channel on mine? I know you did mine the other day, or is that something affiliates only can do?
I think that's only affiliates can do. I think. I don't know. Hold on. Let me double check for you real quick. We got some time. And non-affiliates host other Twitch channels. No, you can host any channel. Any broadcaster can host another channel.
Okay, let me just find out how to do that.
So, if you go to your extensions, I think it's extensions.
In Chrome.
Oh, in Chrome,
You know what? Don't worry about it. I'd rather drive people to your channel anyway. So.
No. The thing is, if they're watching you on your channel, they're going to come to my channel, or maybe they'll watch. That's how you host people, right? And you build people up. But well, it should be the same. It doesn't really matter.
How to host people on Twitch. You need to be on your own channel in your channel. Then you can type /host and put the channel name of the stream you want to host on your channel.
Right.
Cool.
That's the easiest way to do it. There's also a thing that you can do for quick actions. If you're watching your Twitch, you can actually quick button a host channel and it'll come up and say, okay, who you're hosting. And that, gives you some time to do that. All right. So where we last left off with you guys is you had just discovered this room filled with hanging bodies of different species. And I think you all were successful in your horror and fear checks. If you weren't, I think...
We failed.
We failed, but I fixed it.
Yeah, you fixed it. I was going to say, someone fixed it. Either you failed and he fixed it, or you all made it. It was one of those two.
Yeah, I fixed it with the um the voice of something.
The holy
I
voice,
can't
the holy
remember.
voice,
Holy voice.
voice.
Yeah,
Right.
that was it.
Things like that. So that's where we're gonna pick up here in a
I
few
really like
minutes.
how I'm a combination healer / camp counselor. It feels good.
And you know what you can actually do, and this is something some people get it right off the bat, and I'm just going to tell you, in the middle of combat, if you are able to speak to to your opponent, and they understand you, undead not included, except for very high level undead who are able to, you can actually use your social skills in combat, like give up, use convince, tell them, how you want to talk to them and say, I want you to give up, this is a convince check, otherwise you're going to end up dead. Right, and you can do that. I think Braun did that once, didn't he?
Sorry, I'm sharing your Twitch channel.
No worries. I think I don't know. Did you do a convince check on somebody last time? No, it wasn't you.
No, I don't think you will.
No, it was
Not really
it was
able to
the
do much convincing
Saturday group. But yeah, you can use convince and skepticism. There's even a couple of abilities in there that's one's called yield, that when you damage somebody to a certain point, you can command them to yield to you, to give up. And they make a check. You can also use convince to do so, but yield allows you to do much more than convince can do.
Very cool.
share it on Twitter and Instagram.
Oh, brilliant.
See if that gets any traction.
Well, last night I had 32 people watching me last night.
Fantastic.
And that was just a random stream. I got on with Lord Baron, who's on TikTok, and he's got his own stream, and he and his wife decided to see what Kralis was about and created some characters, and we got rated, and I got rated, and there were 32 people. Out of that, 6 people started following me. So I was like, oh, that's brilliant. Thank you so much.
Fantastic.
If I do manage to get my channel up and running that I'm going to do on YouTube, it's going to be about mostly printing and painting miniatures. So I won't mind doing a section on Legends of Kralis miniatures if you fancy that at some point.
No, absolutely.
If it gets some traction.
All right, we're down the last 50 seconds. I feel like I'm a producer here. Okay, we're gonna be going live at 50. Everybody quiet. 5, 4. But I'm getting a lot of compliments from people telling me that they like the when I'm running the stream. Good or bad, I guess. Hey everyone, so welcome back to our Thursday bi-weekly game with some awesome Brits. My wife was saying, why do you call them across the pond? I'm like, they're my brothers across the pond. That's who they are. So we are picking up with the Real Grey Mouser, and they had just discovered a room full of bodies hanging from the ceiling as they're trying to clear out this once ruined shrine / temple of Elal in the southern district of Dadura Shiva. So that's where we're going to pick up with them. So let's get over there and say hi to the players. All right, so we've got Ziggy the Quick, which is the out-of-print GM. We've got Tahir Togumra, which is the plot doctor. And Braun, which I have to actually get his Twitch handle in there, is the freelance blitzer. So how are you guys doing?
Not bad.
It's Freelancer Blitz.
Freelancer Blitz.
Yes.
Really good, thank you.
Yeah.
Lacking in sleep, but other than that, fantastic.
Lacking in sleep.
For the past like 4 days, I've been able to sleep like maybe 2 hours at a stretch. That's it. So I've just been catnapping where possible.
Could that be the heat?
Partly the heat, partly my daughter's like not sleeping very well. Partly I'm on American time zones a lot of the time, and generally I'm just crap at running my life. But other than that,
And then as you get older, you start leveling up. It gets a little harder and harder and harder. Which, by the way, I'm leveling up this month.
oh,
So,
fantastic!
Leveling up.
Happy birthday!
Thank you. I'm leveling to level 51. If you can believe that.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm already there. It's not that hard.
It's not that hard, right? It gets easier after 25.
Yeah,
Down
when
the
you
line.
stop counting, it gets a lot easier.
Right. What do they say? I am 21 with 30 years of experience. Right. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the, let me turn off the emote. Also, Plot Doctor, just so when you're not on your Twitch, you need to activate your emote onlys
Yes, because of the hate rates.
because of all the hate raids. And Twitch sees you as being responsible for your own Twitch channel,
even if
whether you're on it or
online.
not. Right. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you've done that, but just as a reminder. And same with you, Ziggy, if you're doing Twitch and stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the combat map where we last left trio. You have been described, the three of you have been described as, by my nephew, as the Tom and Jerry of Legends of Kralis. Well, you've got Tom, which is you here. You got Jerry, which is Ziggy, and then Braun, which is which is Butch
Butch.
and stuff. So I thought, I was like, well, okay, that's interesting. All right,
wrong.
it's not wrong. It's not wrong, and it's interesting. And even though humans in Legends of Kralis are incredibly awesome, everybody so far has chosen to pick a different species to play, which I think is brilliant. It's just, I think humans no longer have love anymore. People are like, we don't like humans.
Well, I play a human every day of the week, so
Right? Yeah. One of my very good friends a long time ago was like, we were going to play like a military style Call of Cthulhu. He's like, I was in the military. I don't want to play this. I'm like, got you. I got you. So when we last left you guys, you'd come into this room and it was filled with about 25 or 30 bodies of various humanoids that had been hung. Some of them had their innards removed, stomachs had been opened, or lower half open and things like that. And you had all failed your horror check, and then Tahir, with his holy voice, calmed you all and removed that fear from you and that horror from you. So, where do you guys want to do?
Well, I think Tahir said he wanted to take a break, catch his breath. I need to readjust my armor anyway. After I did the critical failure last session, I also want to see if I can't fix my revolver.
Okay, brilliant. So, do you guys want to leave this region, this area, and go uptown for a little while, or what do you want to do?
There was a chest in this room, wasn't there?
There was a chest in this room, yes, sir.
Yeah, and we haven't checked that out yet. But
No, we have not.
for my mind, like 25 to 30 bodies is quite a lot of bodies to be hauling up the stairs. But I want to get them out. So I'm thinking perhaps if we go back up, get some help from the watch to come down and to carry some of these bodies up, and we'll just like basically, because we've already cleared most of this dungeon apart from those stairs down, if that makes sense. So if we take a rest on these stairs and just like make sure nothing comes at the watch while they're removing these bodies, that might be a good plan.
I like that plan.
Yep, sounds good to me.
In which case, I'll go get the watch if you want to take a look at that chest, Siggy? Make sure it's not going to explode.
Certainly have a go.
Cool. In which case, yeah, I head back upstairs to go and get some help from the watch.
So you're saying you're splitting the party?
Yes.
Brilliant. All right,
Bring it
so
on.
you're gonna head back upstairs all the way over here. Ziggy, you're gonna check out that chest that's in that room. How do you want to do it?
I think we should escort him.
Do
escort
I
him out.
trap craft to find traps?
Well, did you hear Braun?
No, sorry.
I said I think we should escort him. Make sure he gets out safe. We could always come back.
Okay. Safety in numbers.
And everybody in the Twitch is like, no, don't split the party. They're like, don't split the party. All right, so all of
I
you.
like to live dangerously.
Well, you're not really living dangerously. You're leaving to here.
How big is the chest?
You could probably carry it easily. It's just a large chest. It's maybe a standard 3x3.
Unless as soon as you lift it up, it disintegrates you.
Well, we'll see. I'll pick it up.
You pick it up, and it weighs a couple 100 pounds, but that's not something you can't carry. You're gonna take it up with you?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, brilliant.
We'll open it outside.
Right, then we'll come back to this map. So what you guys do is when you get up there, there's a couple of guards there, a couple of the city guard there that are kind of hanging out the front door, hanging out at the front door, keeping people back or people from coming in. And you come up to here, and behind you, grunting and heavily is Braun with the treasure, with the chest. And then Ziggy right behind him.
Okay, I'm going to gesture one of the guard inside the room, inside the temple, just so it's not like we're not having this big because my voice carries quite a bit, and I don't want to have this big conversation about all the dead bodies we found while we're standing on the steps.
Right. No. So he comes in very quickly. He goes, "Yes, sir."
We found a lot more bodies below, 25 to 30. We haven't completely cleared the place yet, but we can stand guard if you can bring some extra people to bring them up.
You're finding bodies down there?
Yeah. There's some kind of. We think somebody's attempting necromancy down there.
His face pales a little bit as he's kind of like just horrified of the fact that this may have actually been going on. He goes, well, it'll take a bit for me to run off and find some other guards. Are you sure we have to go down if they're doing necromancy down there? It doesn't sound like it's very safe.
I'll be with you to keep you safe.
All right, then. He turns and he says something as he's passing the other guard. Says something to you, and the other guard kind of looks back at you. And he's got this. He doesn't have this look of fear on him, but he's got this look of apprehension. Like I really don't want to go down there, but okay. What do you want to do in the next 20 minutes or so while he runs off to enlist some brave watchmen?
I'm going to sit and breathe.
Are you gonna meditate? Do you have that
Yes,
skill?
I think so.
All
I
right.
don't have the skill. I don't think. I'll check.
So if you actually had the skill,
Oh, I do. I've
Yeah.
got 43.
brilliant. So what you can do with meditate is literally you can sit down into a position that you feel comfortable in and begin to meditate. And here's the thing with meditate. You can do a recovery of fatigue. You may attempt to regain fatigue faster than normal. Instead of resting for 1 hour, you go into a deep meditative state. You recover your stamina modifier times the number of successes plus 10 in 1 hour. You can choose to come out of the meditative state at 30 minutes, recovering only half. If you get no successes, you only gain 5 fatigue for that hour. So it's like if you fail, you can't really get into a good meditative state, and it's no different than you actually not meditating, right?
Okay.
Thank you for the follow, Larkina.
Yeah,
Larkina?
Give that a go.
All right.
Brand new dice, first time rolled in a game, so let's hope they don't fail me. Oh, 20. Oh, nice. They didn't fail me. So that's two successes, 3 successes.
3 successes. So multiply that times your stamina modifier and add 10 to it.
Is 18, add 10 is 28.
So while you're in the meditative states, and like I said, you can come out of it early, but you're only going to get 9 of that instead of the full.
Yeah.
Full amount there. You start to do that. So by the time you come out of it, everybody will be there waiting on you. But Ziggy and Braun, what do you want to do with that chest? Thank you for the follow, Jog.
I'll hand it to Ziggy. I'll hand it to Ziggy. Here you go, Ziggy.
Look at that miniature. It's
Okay, so I will first off. I want to examine it to see if it's trapped.
all
If
right.
there's anything untoward, you and your props.
What is your trapcraft score?
My trapcraft score is 57.
Describe to me how you're examining the chest.
Carefully.
From a distance, up close. Are you putting your head against it? Are you touching it?
I'm going to be using one of my daggers and just seeing if there's anything, magnetic that might be on a circuit or anything that opening it might cause, or if it looks like there might be something in the locking mechanism.
All right. So, let's see here. How do I want to handle this? I think what I want to do is... Yeah, I'm going to make it a TS3 check for you because you're being so careful, especially since you're trying to look inside the lock. And what was your skill? 56, you said?
50...
Or 58?
57.
57. You spend about 20 minutes kind of examining it, and as you're doing so, guards start to arrive slowly. And you feel that it's safe. There doesn't seem to be anything inside the locking mechanism, from what you can tell.
Okay, I'll open it.
All right, you go to open
Nice
it.
knowing you.
Nice knowing you. I love the fact that you're paranoid.
No, I know my luck with dice.
Inside, so the chest opens fairly easily, and inside are a lot of belongings, personal belongings, meaning like boots, some, a small bloodied lettered knife, some glasses, and a couple of rounds of foul-smelling cheese. Whoa! We lost Tahir. He'll come back and...
It's my webcam.
Yeah.
It's got the cheapest one you could find.
There we go. No worries. Brilliant.
I can always fix it.
Nah, no worries. So what do you want to do? That's what you find in it. It's a lot of personal belongings like boots, some shoes, no pouches, some torn clothing.
I'll check for a false bottom.
All right. And you spend, another 20 minutes, pounding at the bottom. No, it seems to be truly what it is. It looks
How old is this cheese?
It's a whitish kind of cheese that's got blue speckles in it. You'd have to try it to find out how old it is.
Intentional blue speckles? That's a question.
It's cheese.
It's cheese. I mean, how else did they make blue cheese? They let it ferment and get infected with mold. But inside the chest, though, as you're looking around and you're tapping, there is blood drops inside the chest, like they were removing things off the individuals and putting their stuff in there. So it's the sides are kind of got little striblets, streamlets of blood and tricklings of it.
Okay. I'll just close the lid and put it to one side. No.
Okay.
Are you sure you don't want to cut the cheese?
Uh,
No, that would not be a Gouda plan.
oh no, not with these
God.
cheese jokes again. No.
We always end up on this.
Thank you for the follow, Gwungalump. Appreciate it.
My wife.
Raise isn't raised from the dead or like your dad. No, raised from the dead, Larkana. That's why he's trying to raise a family. No cheese jokes, please. It's just not your type.
Oh dear.
So
Yeah,
about
good.
30 minutes, about an hour goes by, and Tahir kind of comes out of his meditative state, and there's about 12 other guards kind of standing around, milling around, waiting for orders or requests. One of them steps up to you, the one that you called up, and says, okay, well, I've gathered these 12 individuals, and I must say, they're very hesitant to go down into a dark, necromantic, evil location, to be honest with you.
I completely understand that. And I'm going to turn to the assembled guards and I'll say, I understand many of you have reservations about going down and facing what's in the darkness. We've cleared it out as best we can so far, and we will be there to guard you and protect you. But I just want to remind you that people have died here, many, many people, and those people deserve their families to know. They deserve to be buried. They deserve to be sent to be with their gods. And you brave people of the City Watch have taken an oath to uphold and look after the people of this city. And it does you all a great credit that you are even willing to stand here. And it will do you a greater one that you follow us into the darkness.
You hear whispers of, but what about their ghosts? I hear that, dead people like to have ghosts. And what if they come to life when we're bringing them up?
Come on, stop being such a pussy.
They're all talking to each other, in whispers. Not everybody's doing it, but, and then people are like jamming each other, like, you stop talking about it. Like they're trying to avoid bringing bad luck. And for that awesome speech, I'm going to go ahead and give you a heroic luck.
Oh, thank you very much. Can I make a check to sort of like bolster their spirits a little bit?
Do you have leadership?
Go on, relieving yourself.
Leadership. Yes, I do. 44.
All right, roll that leadership.
27. I'm loving these new dice. Okay, that's 2 successes.
Brilliant. You kind of, while you're doing that speech, you do that rousing, speech, and they kind of, some of them kind of quiet down, but there's still a few that are kind of like, I don't know, this is risky, but we'll do it. That's what we're here for. And the guy that you were talking to kind of has really listened to you, turns, says, we are the city guard. We're part of the city guard of Dagdota Shiva. It's the Southern District. This is our job. And they all kind of almost suddenly come together like they kind of come to an attention and say, yes, sir, all of them kind of together, leading off of your leadership.
Cool. I clap that guy on the back, and I think if we lead them downstairs, because on the map there's like 2 intersections, so like there's the stairs downwards where that sarcophagus was,
Right.
And then there's that first intersection,
Right.
and then you hang a right,
Yep.
and then there's that intersection with the stairs down.
Yes, sir.
Those are although we've already cleared this area, this is like the 2 danger points that I can see. So if I stand on one of these and Braun stands on the other one, and Ziggy takes them to this room to get the bodies, that's as much protection as I think we can give them.
So it makes sense. So what you're proposing is you right here and Braun right here, and then
For preference, yeah.
Ziggy is kind of moving everybody around. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
Brilliant.
It's better safe than sorry.
So, they get in there, and a couple of them, as soon as they open the door, about 3 of them just turn and run. They're just, nope, not doing it. And they turn and run, mostly because they're horrified by what they see, but a couple of them are losing their lunch. And things like that. So they just kind of disappear. So you got 9 down there, and they start slowly removing bodies, gently and with care. And it takes them about 45 minutes to get all the bodies back and forth. At about halfway through that, Braun, make a perception check.
Perception.
It'll be an attribute. It's towards the top of your character sheet. It's an attribute.
Okay. I don't see nothing.
You don't see anything, but as you're kind of looking down the stairs, it's a little dark down there, but you can kind of see down there. One of the men two of the men that are actually carrying a body freeze right in front of you, about where you're at, and they're just staring down into this darkness, and they just go, yeah, and they drop the body and flee.
What did you see?
Oh, they're gone.
Oh.
Asbaz Gaming, thank you so much.
Do we have any torches or anything lit up that I can?
No, well, no, not necessarily. You can see in the dark as a Canis, I believe, right? I mean, you have got night vision at least, but they saw something down there that freaked them out, and they fled. I mean, they stutter and then they just drop the body and run.
Hey Ziggy, I think they've seen something.
Right, and then whilst they're doing this, and I'm just stood too, have I had the opportunity to fix my handgun?
During that time when after you played around with the chest, go ahead and make a let me see. Do you have a fabrication skill or a weaponsmithing skill? Because I don't remember your character right off the bat.
I don't believe I do. I've got weapon craft firearms.
Well, okay. Well, that's you allowing you to actually use the weapon.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and make a fabrication check. It's an untrained skill. So basically it's going to be 30 plus your intelligence modifier.
My intelligence modifier is 7, so it's 37.
Right.
Right, I will attempt to use the Owlbear Rodeo dice.
All right.
Ooh. Hey, 37.
So you got one success then.
Yep, it's on the money.
You mess around with it for a good 5 or 10 minutes. You cleaned it out and you reset the barrel and the other stuff like that. Joga, thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. And you feel like the gun is good. I mean, you've cleared what you felt was the jam and the issue with it.
Right, so, as I've just finished putting the cylinder back in and reloading it, I'll see these two guys come running past.
Oh, yeah.
Can I activate my battle sense to gain +10 to my perception checks against sneak attacks?
Absolutely.
I will do that. Here, come here.
Are you going to go down the stairs?
I'll catch up with my trusty sidekick here.
To hear, you heard these guys running, and at the beginning, you saw 3 guys just run, and these 2, I mean, they pushed past you like their life depended on it.
I'll stand aside to let them go. I'm not going to force anyone to be down here.
You look at you get a glance of what they're looking at. They are profusely sweating. Their skin is pale color, like they've seen the dead.
Okay, cool. I'll move down to where Bron is at the top of the stairs.
Go ahead. Do you not have are you not in Owlbear?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
yeah, I am.
Yeah, you guys have control of your characters.
Yeah, completely forgot. That's all.
No worries.
I'll move forward just a little bit.
As you start to move down the stairs, Braun, you see this entity, this wispy, whitish gray entity that looks like a female. Kind of looks at you, and then disappears down south, down what looks like a hallway.
Hey, stop! Who are you?
Are you gonna chase after them?
Yeah, why not?
You come turning around the corner. You guys can. We're not in combat, so you guys can move yourselves as well, or you can just use Braun as your guys' character.
Well, I'm not letting him go off on his own. But if I've got the littlest legs, I'll probably be at the back.
You come around the corner, and there's a door at the other end, and the entity is no longer visible, as in you can't. It's disappeared.
What did you see, Bron?
A girl,
Girl.
like a floating girl.
Like a ghost.
I don't believe in ghosts.
Oh, they exist, believe me. Did it look like the girl from the room with the flaming skull?
I don't think I had a good enough look at her.
He went on the altar.
Yeah, I don't think Braun ever got up to the altar.
Okay. How were the...
I didn't see no girl up there. I was too busy hitting things.
How were the guards doing with the body removal?
They were 95% done. There was the one with the body that they dropped and two more.
If the last few, we'll just make sure they get out okay, and then we'll carry on.
Okay. 10 minutes, 15 minutes pass, and they've removed all the bodies from the location.
Hey,
Cool.
to here.
Mm-hmm.
Those bodies that are moving out, right? They're not gonna suddenly jump up and bite and infect and cause no manner of shit, yeah?
We checked them to make sure they were properly dead, so they shouldn't
Okay.
do.
I just don't want them suddenly to come out of here and find the city full of zombies.
If it happens, it's very unfortunate.
Yeah, that'd be very unfortunate.
They should be taking them directly to a full temple, so... Plus, it's a big city. There's millions of people here.
Oh yeah, there's millions of people here. I mean, it would, yeah. So this is
It'll take
how.
longer
So
than a
this
few
is how
hours.
in lore that Durashiva falls, a zombie apocalypse created by Tihir Togumura,
Who was just trying to do the right thing.
who was just
damn it.
trying to do the right thing.
The road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Yes, it is. So this door in front of you, it's a wooden door. It looks. It's not overly aged, but it's definitely aged.
Mhm.
But it's solid. It looks solid. Braun, you're at the front. What do you want to do?
Guys, should I just smash it in, or do you want to open it? Well, I'll just try the
You're
handle.
saying, can you kick it? I say, yes, you can.
All right, I'll kick it open.
You smash the door open with a fearsome kick. You come into another small corridor that looks like it. There's a door at one end, and then it looks like there's an open hallway on the north side towards the end.
I sure hope I don't stand on anything.
Make a perception check, Ron.
Well, if it's a sneak attack, I get a bonus 10.
I understand that.
Okay. God, these dice are failing me. One success.
At the end of this hallway, right here, is that female entity. She looks like she's it almost looks like she's pacing back and forth in this small section of the hallway. And as soon as she catches your eye, she disappears, going left or to the right. Sorry, to the right.
If I didn't know any better, she's leading us somewhere.
Well, let's follow and see.
You know, nothing good happens from following strange women.
Especially strange women that you can see through.
Famous last words.
That's a famous last word.
I'll just have a peek around the corner.
So you peek around the corner and you do not catch sight of this entity in this hallway. You do see towards the end there is a door at the very end and a door to the south, about midway down.
Two doors, guys.
And the third one behind us.
And there is the one behind you.
Which one first? Door number
I'm going to
one.
go to this door directly behind us, because I don't like the idea of leaving a possible threat behind us and a possible threat in front, and us finally finding ourselves in the middle.
That's kind of happening either way we go. So
Yes, but I'm going to have a listen at this door, and then I'll have a look for traps, and then I'm going to open it.
Make an alertness check, Zig. I'm assuming you're not putting your head and ear right up to the door, or are you?
No.
Come on, what are you afraid of? Rock grubs and Legends of Kralis? I'm not that cruel.
You've got the white box of D&D. I know what you can imagine. So that's a roll of 30 on the Albert dice roller. And I have an alertness of 68.
You don't hear anything beyond the door.
I say we check out these rooms first, because that was the direction the ghost was leading us in. But one of us hangs back here in this intersection so that we can at least shout if something emerges from that door.
Okay, I'll hang back.
Judging by the things we've been fighting, can you like power up our weaponry? You
Uh,
do damage to sort of ghostly things?
It doesn't last very long. It's better to do it as
As
the
when?
fight starts. Yeah.
Ugh. Door number one or door number two?
Whichever you feel like.
Do I have any kind of a advanced sense of smell, being a Canis?
You do. Your perception smell is, I think it's a plus 50 to that, which is actually part of your tracking ability. That's a bonus to your tracking skill. If I remember correctly, your tracking should be way up there, like in the 80s.
94.
94, yeah. I mean,
I will attempt the tracking. Why not?
all right. So go ahead and use your tracking skill. Thanks, Azvaz. Thanks, AMDM.
7 successes.
7 successes. You're not sure if it's the whole area or if it's specifically behind this door, but you get the smell of drying bone. But that could be the whole area. You're not really sure.
I don't know if it's because I'm hungry, but I can smell drying bone.
In which case, I will definitely enchant his weapon before he breaks down the door.
That is what
I
she
will
said.
stop at this junction just in case.
Divine knowledge.
Sorry.
Oh, the dice failed me. I will.
Isn't that what they always
spend,
do?
Heroic luck on that. No, still failed. I spend the fatigue even if I fail, don't I? 80.
Yep.
Okay, I'll try again. So it becomes 85. I'm counting up my fatigue. Okay, that's better. That's a success. That's 3 successes.
And what were you doing exactly?
Putting spiritual weapon on his weapon, so
Okay,
it'll last for
really?
3 rounds. Okay, ready when you are, Brom.
Was that a plus 12 damage last time?
Yeah, it's.
So it changes
Yeah.
based off of his successes.
Let me just
Right.
grab up the thingy. But you get a plus 10 to your attack. It does the blinding thing, and I think that's only a plus. Let me just double check that. Spiritual weapon. Weapon gets +10 bonus damage ++1 for 2 successes, so just +11 this time, and you gain +10 on your attack skill.
Cool.
And it's going to last for 3 turns.
I will. Oh, is there a door handle? I will try and open the door.
Right. The handle turns easily, and beyond, you see a hallway leading into a room.
Do I see anything in the room from here?
Even with your night vision, determining what is a threat in the sense of like there's mounds, there's dust mounds, there's dirt mounds, there's scattered skeletons within the room.
I see mounds, bodies, all these skeletons, remains. I'm gonna take a steady move in. Standing behind my shield just in case.
Aw. Thank you, Azaz. So you go into these towards these skeletal remains, scattered skeletal remains, and they begin to reconnect quickly, forming what looks like dog-like creatures.
Can I start smashing them before they're fully formed, like a pre-hit?
I will allow you to take one strike at one of them as a pre-combat hit.
Just general roll, yeah?
Yep, just a general roll.
Okay, so 40 on the dice with a skill of, and 70. Let me zoom in. So I've got 68 skill plus the 10, so that'd be 78. So, that's 4 successes on a hit.
So which one are you hitting?
The closest one.
Okay, that's there's 2 in front and 1 in the back. Pick one.
Just go straight in and hit the closest one to me.
Right.
This one. This side.
Okay. These they are definitely skeletal-like beasts. And it's going to get a physical defense, but I'm going to give it a penalty. And actually, it fumbles as it's reconstructing itself. As it attempts to dodge out of your way, you get an additional 3 successes because it critically failed its defense.
Ooh, nice. So, damage. Base damage of 5. Plus a strength of 8. So that's 13. Plus 11. So 21. No, 24. Do I add anything else to that?
Nope. So how many points of damage are you doing?
24. Have I worked that out right? But, 24. Hang on. And I add my successors, don't I? So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many did you grant me? 3.
Mm-hmm.
So 34, about 34-ish, I think.
You hit it with enough. You hit it very hard, but it seems to be resistant a little bit to your But it doesn't automatic. The spiritual weapon doesn't automatic plus 10 to undead, right? Not
Yeah,
correct.
it's plus 11 and it does a blind thing or something.
Yeah, so it does a plus 10 holy damage, and you're doing plus 11. How many successes did you roll originally?
1, 2, 3, 5, I think.
So you got a total of 8, and total of 9 because it actually adds a plus 10 to your attack skill if you actually did that. And then your base weapon damage is 5, right?
Yeah.
So you did 45 base damage plus 10, 55, plus 1 more. You did 56 points of damage to this thing.
Yep.
If I have my math correct, based off of what you did.
Yeah, no,
that's right, right? Yeah.
yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
So 6, but 46, 16. You hit it hard, and you break off a couple of the bones that kind of fall to the earth and kind of dissipate into a fine dust, but it's still up and coming. And with that, we will roll initiative for everybody there, including you, Zig. So remember, it's a D10 plus whatever your initiative is.
I got 16.
14.
And what about you? Zig.
26.
Of course you did. You're fast. Ron, you will be going last, but after the skeleton, but before the skeletons. So we are in the middle of combat. Ziggy, make a perception check.
Boom, boom, boom. 73. I think that's a failure.
That would be a failure. You're so intent on the door in front of you, you don't hear Bronze. I can't do the Arnold Schwarzenegger thing like you do. You do it so much better than I do. As he goes through to
No, actually, it's not a failure.
okay.
I have a perception of 90, and I rolled a 73.
Okay, there. So you get 2 successes. So you hear Bronze, Arnold Schwarzenegger-ish, that thing that you do.
Skeleton dog, man.
There you go. You hear that. What do you want to do? Arg.
I'm as much as they want me to stop and guard this corner, I'm gonna move up, and I'm gonna guard both doors at the same time, just in case anything untoward starts happening.
Okay.
Or at least I'll have a bit of forewarning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is that going to be the end of your turn? End of what you want to do?
Yeah, I've just got the gun out in one hand and my sword in the other, and I'm ready.
All right, to here, it's your turn.
Okay. Bronze blocking that square. Can I go diagonal like that?
Absolutely. You can actually pass through ally squares easily.
Cool. I'm going to cast spiritual weapon on myself.
Okay.
I get 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. So
Wow.
that's 12 additional damage. Which one did Bron hit? Sorry, the one on the left or the one on the
Yeah,
right?
so he actually moved. He hit this one down here. You know what? Let me do this. That's the one Bronze on.
Okay, cool. Doubling up seems like a good plan, so I'm gonna not go there. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna try and
steps through the wall.
yeah. I've can I still have an attack after I've cast a spell, or is that my
I believe with spiritual weapon that is a full action, so no, you may not.
Okay, no worries.
But you move there, but you get your full physical defensive attack. Braun, mate, your turn. Ziggy even left.
What's going on? Where did everyone go?
Everybody left.
Never.
Braun's getting something to drink. Braun falls to the ground, quivering in death. What do you do to here?
I kind of just like I laugh and point.
Braun, it's your turn.
bank.
It is your turn, Braun.
All right. Right, let's have a quick look at my shield options. I am going to swipe the one in front of Tahir that I've already hit, I think, first
All right.
with my mighty sword.
Now remember, you get 2 attacks. Well, yeah.
Well, I think I'm going to use a heroic look because rolling a 99 probably isn't very good, is it?
No, that's a fumble. And that's a
That's 2
critical
heroic.
fumble. That's 2
Yeah.
heroic luck for you to ignore that.
Okay, I'll do that then. Oof, only got 2 left. Right, re-roll that one. God, these dice aren't doing me so well today. 1 success.
So you hit it, and you hit it with extreme prejudice, but it kind of bounces off. Yeah, bounces off.
Right, I will use my next action to. Oh no, that. Yeah.
You get 2 attacks. Remember, this next one's at a -10.
I want to slam it back out of the way with my shield.
Okay.
I will use my battle sense, so I do not, and I'll use option 1 where I do not suffer penalties against physical defense against flank attacks,
Right.
and I only suffer -20 to my physical defense against rear attacks.
You're gonna shield slam this guy.
Yes, the shield slam. Oh, that costs as a full action, so I don't think I'm gonna do that.
Right. You can do a punch. Well, you can do a punch with your shield. That's a base. It's a move action, or you can bash. A bash, basically, when you bash them, it actually gives them a -10 penalty on the next physical defense on the next turn.
Can I use a trip?
You could definitely try a trip on this. Sure.
I'll smack it in the knees or something. As a move action, you may trip up your opponent by using the shield as a tripping device. This requires a shield proficiency check as your opponent's physical defense.
Right. So roll your shield proficiency.
68. So, wow. 70. I fail.
You go to sweep towards it, and it kind of recognizes what you're doing, and it kind of picks up its front paws as it kind of jumps up and avoids the shield as you sweep towards it. So that's your move. You're full, and you are done. These guys suddenly burst into flames.
Oh dear. Skeletons.
These are they're not like a fire flame. They are a dark purplish flame. It's a near invisible dark flame. You all, so long as you're within 10 feet of it, you're going to suffer -10 to your skills. And you're going to suffer a fatigue damage, automatic damage of 10 fatigue per turn. You are allowed to stay within them, within the range, if you make a willpower versus willpower at a TS of 4. So that means, Braun and Tahir, you need to make a willpower check at a TS 4 to ignore the effects. This is to ignore the effects. Otherwise, the effects are applied.
Willpower.
I need to roll a 27 or under. Come on, dice. I did not roll a 27 or under. I will heroic luck that.
Okay.
For...
I got 0.5, so
That's an opt 5. You get a heroic luck back for that. Go ahead and roll another D10 once you determine how many successes you have with that. And that's the next. You definitely did it, but let's see how many successes you got.
Just skin of my teeth did.
Just barely. Which is important because it'll drain your fatigue. These flames will drain your fatigue.
Yeah, and I can't afford to be losing that.
All right.
17.
So you got a total of 17 successes. Yeah, you easily are not. You're not affected by these flames. All three of them did this. So the back one is not close enough, but the first two, their flames went on. And then they also generate a aura of cold. Now you must make a stamina check at a TS of 2 or be affected by this cold. If you fail, and this is each turn we're going to have to do this, you will lose 10 fatigues per turn. 10 fatigue per turn.
Ouch.
And potentially be stunned for 1 turn.
I'm just double checking. No, it's. I thought I might
Ziggy's
have had something
Ziggy's
against
nice and
cold.
safe at the end of the corner going,
39.
I rolled an all 8 on my stamina check.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Would you roll, Ron?
4, 5, 6 successes.
Okay, brilliant. So you guys are not affected by that at all. Awesome. And then they are going to attack you. This one is going to bite at you, Braun, for 1 success. So make a physical defense. TS of 1.
Physical defense. There it is. So, is it the total or with the modifier?
So the modifier is something that adds into your total.
Right, so, okay, right, so, that'd be 64. That would also be 1 success.
He tries to bite at you again, and this time he's got 5 successes.
Oof. Do I roll again, or does he just
Yep.
hit me?
Nope, you roll again. Every time you're attacked, you get a physical defense.
Okay. 21. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oof.
Oh, brilliant. You guys clashed. Awesome. The one that's in purple over here is
shield. It is not a biscuit.
is going to attempt to bite at you twice. The first one, I've got 4 successes.
Is it against me?
Yeah, that's against you, Bon.
That time he got me.
So you can use your shield. So remember, you can use your shield proficiency as your defense, right?
I got one. One success using
One success?
my shield.
So he's still got 3. He's going to do 18 points of damage and ignores 10 of your armor. So what's your armor? What's your armor rating?
Armor. It's hardened leather.
I believe that's 11?
9
9?
on the armor and 10 on the shield.
So you've got basically 19. So he's going to do, like I said, 16 points of damage. 16 points of damage to you. You ignore 9 of that. So you take 7 points of damage.
Okay.
And he attacks you again. He bites at you again. And this time completely misses. That is the end of that particular combat turn. The other one can't get to you guys because the other ones are in the way. Ziggy, it's your turn.
I'm just going to maintain where I am just in case anything comes up.
Okay. To here.
Hit the one in front of me
All right.
with my halberd. It's been a while since I've done this, so let me check.
Ooh, halberds. I don't think you have enough room. Are you going to jab it or are you going to swing it?
Jab it, probably.
Okay. Yeah, swinging it, you wouldn't be able to use it.
Yeah. Okay.
You'd hit Braun.
Hit Braun. Tempting. I rolled. No, that was shite. Heroic luck.
Was that a 90 something I heard coming out of your mouth?
No, I said that was
Oh.
shite. It was an 88 I rolled.
Well, yeah, that's okay. So that's a 90 something.
And no, missed. So second attack.
Okay. That's at a -10.
Yeah. So under a 36. No, 49. Miss. Whiff.
Miss. All right. Do you want to do anything in your movement or use your other actions? Or are you good?
I don't think there's much I can do. I think I'm good.
All right, Braun, your turn.
All right, I'm going to battle cry.
Ugh.
Lasts for 1 turn per 2 ranks. Gives me a +5 bonus to all melee attacks.
Yep.
And +5 temporary hit health per 20 stamina. So basically about 20 bonus health. And gain your stamina bonus to stamina modifier 2 bonus damage.
Right.
Right, I am going to smack the one that I smacked first last time. The one in red. The red
Yep.
one.
Get him, Braun.
31. 1,
31.
3, 4. So it's +10. 5. Yeah, 5 successes to hit him.
5 successes?
Yep.
I rolled a critical ot 2 on that. So he kind of dodges out of the way from your from your sword. Do you want to attack him again?
Yeah. That's fine. 0, 8. Is that do I get a bonus?
That I believe is with your weapon is an actual critical hit. I believe you hit with an ot. You're using what, a Brazero? Or a Beckhart?
So
Yeah, so your critical hit range is ot 1 through 10. So yeah, that's a critical hit for you. So determine your total number of successes with that and then roll another d10.
Right, so 6, 7. Is this second attack at -10?
So your second attack is at -10. So what's your attack skill?
67. Right.
67, so it's at 57. And you rolled an odd 8, so you've got 6 successes. And you've got a critical hit, so roll another d10.
6.
So that's 12 successes against this thing. And it's only got 3 successes in its defense.
I get +10 attack, +11 damage for the blessed weapon.
Right. So you've got a total of 12 successes. So 12 times your base damage, which is
Base damage is 5.
5. So that's 60 points of damage plus 10. No, plus 11. So that's 61.
There's my damage of 8 strength. 8 for my strength modifier.
So 69. Yeah. So you hit this thing with such ferocity. You cleave it in half, and the bones fall to the ground. And just as they hit the ground, it dissipates into a fine dust.
And not actually being done, I actually had my stamina for that because of my battle cry.
Battle cry. So that's what, an additional 5? No, your stamina modifier is 8. So
8,
you're at what, 76 damage with that hit?
something like that. Yeah.
Critical hits are the way to go if you can do it. All right. That is it for you, Braun, unless you want to move forward.
I'll put myself as a shield between Tahir and
Those two become the primary target.
Yeah, and then he can maybe at least attack around the sides if he wants.
All right, brilliant.
With a bit of reach, and I'll just.
You move into that center, and both of these these skeletal-like dogs, they're fairly large. They're about 4 feet tall. Attack you. The first one has got 3 successes on you. The one in purple.
That would be 3 successes to counter.
Brilliant.
Using my shield proficiency.
It attacks you again. Has got 3 successes again.
Ooh, 18 on the dice, so 1, 2, 3.
I think that's a failure on your end.
6.
So 6 total. So you defend that. The one in green now bites at you. It's got 8 successes.
That's going to leave a mark.
That's going to leave a bit of a bite.
1, 2, 3. I get 3 successes. On
So 5's going to get through, so it's going to do 26 points of damage, ignoring 10. You've got 19 because of your armor and your shield. So you're going to ignore 9 of that, and it's going to do... I lost my number there. Oh, no. I did 6, you did 1, so it's got 5, so 26 minus 9 is 17 points of damage.
Okay. So I'm down to 3 bonus health from my battle cry.
As in, that's all you've got left, or
No,
no? Okay,
that
cool.
was that's an extra from my battle cry.
Yeah, you got
Sweet.
temporary health points.
Cool.
And it bites you again, and it's got 3 successes.
Ooh, I rolled a 99.
Okay, you can re-roll that,
Heroic luck.
but that's going to be a critical, avoiding your own critical fumble, which is 2 heroic luck. And your turn is done, and well, basically, yeah. Then you're just basically done. You're going to ignore that? Or you're going to take it?
I'll just take it.
All right, so that's going to be 6 points of, because of your failure on that critical failure, you give me an additional 3 successes, so that's 6, 24, 30 points of damage, ignoring 9, so you take an additional 21 points of damage.
Okay. I'm all right.
All right. You power through.
Now, each of you need to make a stamina check TS of 2.
Have a lemsip, walk it off. Yeah, knocked it out of the park. More than 19. My stamina's like my one good stat.
3 successes on that one.
All right, so you avoid the cold effect that is emanating from them. And Ziggy, it's your turn again.
I'll just keep standing. I know it sounds it's just boring what I'm doing, but if something does come out of either of these doors, I don't want it taking us by surprise, so I will just keep watching.
All right,
If they desperately need, they'll call me.
all right. Make a perception check then.
Okay. Click on that. 04.
You get a heroic luck for that, but at the end of the hallway where this door is, you see this entity materialize. It's a white, grayish, female-looking entity.
Picked the wrong door.
Point the gun at her and shoot. At least it'll alert them that there's something in the hallway. You never know.
You're gonna shoot at it.
She might have an allergy to lead.
She might. So you're gonna shoot at it, yes?
Yep. And I have a pistol skill of 48.
Roll for it. Go for it.
I rolled a 40.
You fire and you bullets wisp through her and lodge in the door behind her. She kind of turns to you, not angrily, but confused.
I've just smiled sweetly and put the revolver behind my back.
Was me.
What you next round here?
You want to do another attack, or is that it? Yeah, you hear this thunderous, loud explosion of gun in the hallway.
The bullets just pass straight through her, then I'd just be wasting ammo.
All right.
There's no point in doing that.
All right. Anything else you want to do, Zig?
Panic slightly. Apart
Okay.
from that, no.
All right. To here, it's your turn.
Yeah,
Ron, are
moving-
you good here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving to the corridor.
Yeah,
I will try and battle nick them, so I'm only fighting one at a time.
I head out into the corridor to see what the thingy is. So that's 1, 2, 3 squares.
Yeah, you see this entity kind of looking, her head tilts back and forth in an odd angles. She looks at you, but she's not looking at you. She's kind of looking through you at Ziggy.
Can I make a knowledge check of some description?
Yeah, make a lore. Do you have lore monster?
Lore divine.
Or yeah, either lore monster or lore divine.
I failed.
On lore divine.
On lore divine, yeah.
Um,
I missed it by 5. It makes me sad.
that does make you sad. Makes me sad.
I will, however, still try to approach her because she doesn't look hostile and she's been leading us. So I'm going to just move forward a bit and just try to talk. I think I'm going to ask her what her name is.
So what you're looking at is definitely a female entity. She's she's translucent, grayish white.
Mm-hmm.
And what did you want to do beyond that?
Ask her what her name is and see if she says anything. Bronze. Okay, Bronze doing fine. So, and the only thing I could otherwise do is attack her. I don't have. What species is she?
She's human.
Human. In which case, what language is that?
That would be common.
Common. Okay, cool. In which case, yeah, I'll ask her in common. What's your name? Who are you? What are you doing here?
Make a convince check.
Yep.
Just to see if you can get her attention.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
I'm gonna spend a heroic luck on that. I actually feel this is kind of important. No. Okay. Still fail.
She kind of turns to you and you get her attention for a minute, but then you feel that, like I said, she looks at you for a moment and then she looks through you at Ziggy.
Okay.
All right. That's what you do to here. Braun, your turn.
Okay. I will start by using the battle cry again. Give myself a bit of a
Bonus.
helping hand health-wise.
How long does his spiritual weapon last?
He's got one more round, I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's going to run out after this round. I'm guessing I can only use battle cry or battle sense as my abilities.
Let's see here. Battle cry. So in battle sense, all you have to do is declare which one you're using each turn. It's not like you can't have that one active.
Okay.
Battle cry, because it's considered always on, because there's no action type associated with it. Your battle cry is an action type of simple, so you can always use that in combat. Battle sense is almost always on. It's used mostly while you're in battle, but you could in non-battle situations activate it. So it's continually on. You don't have to activate it again.
Right, I see. Well, I'll switch my battle sense to number 2, which is the one against sneak attacks. Now, I'm going to hit the one on the purple one. I'll swing at the purple one.
Okay.
Okay. Ooh. 69. 2 successes to hit. Yeah. 2 successes to hit.
In its physical defense, it's got 3 successes.
Bummer. Right. Let's have a look at my shield abilities again. Right, I am. Yeah, I'll just hit it again, and then I'll move. 35. 2, 4. That's 5 successes. Hit. With a second attack.
It fails its defense.
Okay. So, damage. 5, 10, 18. 26, I think. Oh, 26, 36, 37 damage. That's with my strength.
So,
Stamina,
what did you roll?
base damage.
What did you roll?
5 successes.
So 5 times 5 is 25,
Oh,
right? So 25 base damage. Then you did an additional 11 because of your physical your bonus. So you're at 36.
yeah.
And then your stamina modifier is 8, correct?
Yeah, and my strength.
So 36, 46, 44. So you do 44 points of damage. And then you gain an additional plus 10 from...
Plus 11 from the.
Yeah, I've already added that in. There's no other bonuses from any other spells. So you do a total of 44 damage.
Oh, and I get plus 5 for the battle cry.
And then plus 5. So you did 49 points of damage to the thing. You hit it, it cracks off a bone, and it howls a little bit in pain, but it's still standing.
Okay, I am going to move to here, potentially provoking any. I don't know. Do they have attack of opportunity in this?
No.
Okay.
Your turn is your turn. So it's 40. It's got that. You do 49. So
In fact, I'm going to move right into the hallway.
okay. And so this thing one of these, they come charging up after you. This one's going to get 2 attacks on you. It bites at your face. It's got 5 successes.
37. No, 3 successes.
So it's going to get 2 in. It's going to do 8, 14 points of damage. You've got, and ignores 10, so it does 9. So yeah, you take no damage on that one. It attacks you again for 8 successes. This is a big bite. It almost critted.
Oof. 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. No. Yeah, I didn't expect to survive that one.
It's got. Did you have 5 successes?
Yeah.
All right, so you only take 3 successes worth of damage. So 3 times 4 is 12. Is 18. You got ignores 10, so 9. So you're going to take 9 points of damage.
Okay.
That'd be done for.
And
I can make that out of my temporary hit points that I gained from the.
That's the end of those particular things as turns. The ghost or entity zips through both Tahir and Braun and begins swirling around Ziggy. You feel, both of you feel this intense cold rush through you. Doesn't cause any damage, or at least none that you can tell, but definitely your fur, all of you, stands up on its end.
There's a lot of stand up.
And around you, Ziggy, it's starting to make this whispers because I don't understand. In this low, wispy, horrific female voice saying, I just wanted to be part of the plan, but I don't know. And it just keeps repeating that, like on that cycle.
Okay.
And we are back to Ziggy. It's your turn.
I'm just having a quick look through my skills, see if there's anything that might stand out.
Who you gonna call?
I'm gonna
Ziggy.
try using my convince skill.
E-Man.
You need to. Right. Hey, look, lady. You need to calm down. You need to. You take a breath. Okay. You don't understand what's happened to you. We can find out together. Okay. Just
Make a
calm yourself
convince.
down.
Make a convince check.
I have a convince skill of 54.
Brilliant.
My hero.
He's the only person
08.
to tell a woman to calm down and
I like the dice in this tabletop app. They're better than I roll in physical dice.
To be fair, when we do
No,
critical,
I misread them. That's 80.
That's 80. Yeah, that's 80. I was like, 8. Did you roll? Yeah, no, you missed. It begins to get intensely cold where you're at. You haven't taken any damage yet, but you can feel the cold starting to penetrate your skin.
Right. So look, icicles on me whiskers sort of thing.
A bit thing, yeah.
Yeah. I can't attempt to do.
You still got your move, you still got your full action, and 2 basics.
Okay. I'm going to try and lead her. Bit of a gamble, this. I'm going to try and lead her to the sacrifice room.
All the way back to this room over here. Okay.
was
Yes.
that about splitting the party?
I like that idea. You should do that.
It's a wild card play.
You've got another character rolled up, right, Zig? I mean, out of
No,
print.
it wouldn't take long.
you're really living up to your name in this game, Split.
Yeah, that is my nickname, unfortunately.
Yeah, she's attached. She has attached herself to you in a metaphysical way, in a sense, right? I mean, she's kind of, as you move, the energy is moving with you.
Okay. Me and my pet ghost are going to go for the sacrifice room.
All right. That's what Ziggy's doing. Tahir,
It's a choice.
you turned, saw what was happening with Ziggy, and he gets this confused look on his face and says something that you can't quite make out, and then starts to move down the hallway and disappears around the corner.
Okay, can I try a Lord Divine again?
Absolutely.
That's better. 1 success.
It is an apparition of a type. You're of what type, you're not sure. It could range anywhere from a poltergeist to a banshee to a ghost, to a shade.
It's attached itself to Ziggy.
Only in the sense that it's orbiting him
Okay.
and engulfing him.
I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon on Bron.
Thanks.
Because his is out. 2 successes, so that's the same as it was before, but it'll last for 2 rounds. And then I'm going to charge over here. Oops, moving the entire map. I'm going to charge over here and open this door because I want to know what's going on with this poltergeist. It led us to that room for a reason.
Oh dear. We're gonna die.
We're going to die.
You guys keep splitting the party, and I'm not even trying to split the party.
What are you doing?
Brilliant.
Go after Ziggy.
We'll in a sec.
All right, so you get to the door, you open it, and you're hit with a brilliant light of candlelight. Within the room, there's a bed, a desk, and on that desk is this brilliantly lit candlelight. There's also a foot locker that you can kind of see kind of at the end of the bed.
Okay. Okay, we're allowing Hail Mary passes, right? So I'm going to blow out the candle.
Puff,
I've
it
got
goes
dark
out.
vision anyway, so it doesn't make a huge
It,
difference.
it easily goes out.
Cool. Do I see anything that looks overly magical in here, or?
Yeah, you wouldn't know anything that looks magical or not magical.
Cool.
The bed could be
Right.
magical. The candle could be magical.
In which case, I'm going back after Ziggy. Can
So you made most of your movement this way, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20 feet that way. Now
Yeah.
you've only got half your what's your total movement? 25?
Let me just check.
I believe as a Jakara.
Yeah, movement.
Top of your character
25,
sheet.
yeah.
25. So
25.
5, 10, 15, 20. You could go 5 feet and then you could double it to get back to where you're at. But that's
Yeah,
as far
I'll
as you
do
can
that.
get.
That's fine.
All right. Braun. These two large snapping skeletons are at you.
Is it my turn?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I will hit the first one ferociously. 0.5 on the dice. Oh, that's a critical. Get in. So, do I get a heroic luck if you crit?
Only if you roll an 1 through 5.
That was a 0.5. So,
So that's a crit. That's a heroic luck.
okay. Right, let's work this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 successes. Critical. So,
Wow.
is that doubled or do I roll again?
That's going. No, it's not doubled. You roll another D10 and add that to it.
D10. 7. So
It's 15 successes.
15.
And I only have 5, so you get 10 successes through. So 10 times your base damage, which is 50, plus your stamina modifier, which is 58, right? Takes it to 58, and then another one because of your battle cry. So that takes it to 66. And then you have 12. Is that correct to hear?
11.
11. So that takes it to 77 points of damage.
And a bonus 5, an extra bonus 5 for battle cry.
Well, I already added that in. I
Okay.
already added that in. Where am I? What's that? So 77 minus 4. How do you want to do this one?
I'm just gonna just cut straight through him and then go straight through him, move forward and go to his friend.
Your sword launch, jab straight in as the maw of the beast begins to open, and you hit the spine, splitting the spine right down the center, causing the bones to fall off. And just as it
I'm going to ram it into your stomach and break your goddamn spine.
as that happens, it begins to crumble, and as it crumbles, it hits the floor and dissipates into a thin layer of dust.
I'm gonna keep going and smack his friend.
All right, so you get in that next attack. Go for it.
21. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 successes to hit that one.
So I've got 7 successes on that defense.
Fair enough. I'll stand there and keep guard.
And your camera has frozen up on you, Braun. I don't know if you noticed that or not.
No, I haven't.
All right. So that's the end of your turn. Ziggy out on his own, trying to be the hero. What do you do?
Trying.
I am the hero. This is my story, damn it.
I will.
I'm the hero.
Can I do a double move and get quicker to-
Absolutely. So it costs 10 fatigue, and you can run. You can do what's called basically
Sprint,
running.
basically.
Well, sprint is 4 times, running is 2 times, and sprinting costs you 20 fatigue.
I'll
I
get
mean,
my
sprinting
forward
costs you 20 fatigue. Running costs you 10.
fatigue. I'll sprint.
So
That gets me further.
that's what. What's your movement? 10.
Yeah.
So from where you're at,
3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. That'll get me to the altar.
as you approach the altar, the intensity of the cold is now to the point where you're going to take 5 points of cold damage. And now the whispering of of what she's been saying is, I don't understand. I'm confused. I just want to be part of the process. Why can't I be part of the process? Starts to become almost like a screech, right? Because she's saying it so fast, it starts to become this like screech like in your ears.
If only I'd have kept some of that cheese, I could use it to plug my ears.
Possibly.
Okay, I'll just hunker down and cover my ears and try and protect myself from the wailing lady.
All right.
It's because you told her to calm down.
To hear. Don't tell me to calm down. To hear, what are you doing?
Oh, Ziggy, why'd you do this to me?
Sorry. I'm just trying to keep her away from you guys so it's safer.
Yeah, but I've got like literally, I've got a ton on dead power, right? But I don't know if I'm gonna have enough fatigue left for it after I use fatigue to chase you down. Awkward position. And Bron needs to kill that thing in the next round, otherwise his attacks are going to stop doing any kind of damage whatsoever. Beautiful.
You know, GMs never have to plan the destruction of the party. The party will self-destruct.
Yeah. Okay.
Here,
Fully
go after
expecting this on
Ziggy.
Saturday.
Pardon?
Go after Ziggy. I can handle this.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a plan.
I'm gonna. How much fatigue does it cost to run? Just the 10 points of fatigue to run for
It's
a turn?
10 fatigue per for you to run.
And that will double my movement effectively.
Yeah, just so you know, that rule is on page 331. It's called movement action. There's hustle. So running is actually 3 times your normal movement.
Mm-hmm.
And costs 15 fatigue.
Okay, and sprinting is 4 times my normal movement.
And 20
costs
fatigue.
20 fatigue.
Yeah.
Okay, and my movement is effectively 5 squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll only get me to like midway up the stairs.
Wait, your movement's 25, right?
Yeah.
So if you are running 100, so if you sprint, that gives you 100 feet, right? So
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Yeah, it'll get you to the midpoint of the stairs right there.
Yeah.
Is that what you want to do?
Want is a very strong word.
Is that what you should do?
Is that what I should do? That is what I should do. Okay. I'm on 105 fatigue out of 121.
All right.
And I'll be shouting for Ziggy as well. Like
Hey,
Ziggy,
I've got me covering my ears.
Ziggy, get to me. Shouting as loudly as I possibly can with my big saboteur chest. Can I also make another divine?
You're kind of like
check?
doing a roar.
Yeah.
So Jakara had the ability to do a special type of roar. I think it's once or twice a day. And the roar doesn't necessarily have to be like a roar. In this case, I'll let you do it like kind of like a Ziggy, come to me roar, right? Let me double check on that, but I think has a 60-foot diameter. So 5, 10, 40, 45, 50, 60. I will give it an additional 20 feet because of the echoing. Yeah, Ziggy's just not going to be able to hear it, even with you bellowing as loudly as you are.
Yeah. Okay, no worries. And can I have another divine knowledge check?
Absolutely.
Anything more? I can glean. No. Not at all. That was 82.
Yeah, no.
Cool. Okay, that's my turn, I think.
Ron, your turn.
Right. So I'm gonna make one attack against it first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes to hit.
Ooh, and it fails its physical defense. All 6 get through. This is your last turn with that, right? With that spiritual weapon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to make it count.
So 6 times 5 is that 36?
6 times 5 is 30. And then your stamina modifier is 8, so that's 38. Plus your 5 from your battle cry, so that takes it to 43. And 11 makes it 54. You hit it, you break off a bone.
My strength.
Well, I did add your strength in, which is 8, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got you on that one. So,
Did you get my
did-
stamina and my strength?
yep, 54. What's your stamina?
8.
Oh, okay, so stamina, that takes it up to 62. It 40 resistance. So you do 22 damage to it total. A couple of its ribs fall off and hit the ground and into dust.
How is it looking?
It looks undead.
Can't tell how much more of a beating it could take.
Nope.
The uncouth fighting skill, when it says you gain an additional 5 per rank, a maximum of 30 to your feint skill. It says here, in addition, any time you strike down a foe, you may move double your movement in the direction you choose. Okay, that only works if he actually falls down, doesn't he?
Mhm.
Right, I am going to step back out the door, close the door, and jam the door up with my sword so it can't open.
All right.
Because I know this is going to run out, so I'll be able to hurt it next round. Is there anything I have to do to roll or?
Well, so you pull the door shut because it's a door that opens in, and then you jam your sword in it to make it.
I'll jam the sword into the architrave around the door, the blade end,
Right.
and jam the handle behind the door handle.
Okay, I get what you're saying. So it kind of like locks it in place.
Yeah.
All right, very good. That's what you do. That takes up the rest of your turn. Ziggy, you got your hands over your ears. You can hear the screeching. It's getting louder and louder. Make a willpower check at a TS of 3.
That's a 66 on the dice with a willpower of.
Your willpower would have to be 96 to avoid this at this point.
No, I got 70.
You're going to so the shrieking turns into this wail, and it obliterates you trying to avoid the sound. Suddenly you find yourself suffering damage as it echoes into your head, and you're going to take 13 points of health damage. And do that. That's a lot of dice.
Shit.
So 27, 32 fatigue damage. What's your fatigue points?
I did have 80. I'm now at 6. I've taken
32.
62.
So you're at 62?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, as it begins to just beat into you, and this is all negative energy that's beating into you. Also, you are not able to move as fast as normal. I'll let you know when you can go. And you suffer a minus 30 to all your checks for the next turn.
Jesus. I am full bad.
You would normally be going next, but because of the wail that's occurring around you, to hear you're next, and you hear this high-pitched, screamish wail taking place.
Okay, I'm just gonna continue moving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't afford to spend any more fatigue to run.
All right.
And that's the entirety of my movement. Divine law check now that it's
Yeah,
screaming
sure.
like a banshee. That's 1 success.
It's definitely an aberration, and apparition, and it definitely seems like it might be a banshee.
Okay. Is there anything like specifically prescribed for banshee?
There is, but not with a TS1.
Okay, cool. I'll keep working on that.
I mean, you're trying to get to your friend, you're running, you're thinking, what is this thing? What does it say? Okay, now it's screaming.
Yeah.
Okay, I know it's a banshee. What do I know about banshee? You're under stress. You know, it makes sense.
Yeah. Yep, that's fine.
Braun, what are you doing? You holding the door?
No. After jamming it closed, how far can I move? Let's have a look.
So you can run. So what's your base movement is what?
15.
15. So you can run 4 times that, which would be 60 feet, which would be 12 squares, if you chose to run.
12. So I can get
What's
onto
the fastest he could move if he had to?
How do you spend fatigue to move further?
All you can do sprints. You can do a double, which is 10. Hustle, which is hustle, which is doubling your movement basically for 10, tripling it for 15, and then quadrupling it for 20. So you just lose 20 fatigue. For you, fatigue is not that big of an issue. For people that are casters, fatigue is a very big issue.
So I have 97 fatigue. How far can I move? I can move
12 squares.
If I double move, I can get to here. And then is that it? Can I not move any further?
So you're 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. If you double moved, it would be here. If you triple moved, 5, 10, you could get here. If you could triple moved, 5, 10, 20, you could get to here. But that movement right there is going to cost you 20 fatigue, which is not that big of a deal for you. I mean, that's not an issue for you. So spend it.
Dropping 20 fatigue here and there.
Yeah.
I'm guessing I can't move anymore.
Right, that's the end of your move. Well, actually, you could do another double move by sacrificing your full action to gain a second movement and do it again.
I'll do that.
So you're going to run 60, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Gets you all the way up to here, and that's 40 fatigue total that you've spent, and that's the end of your turn.
Yeah, at least it gives to hear the chance he can cast maybe a spiritual weapon on me again by the time I get to the next
Right.
turn. I should be on top of. Might be able to get there, or at least, we'll see anyway.
That's what I'm thinking.
The whole big dog tongue is hanging out.
Is that how we make you run faster? We just throw a ball.
Ziggy, make your physical, your willpower check again at TS of 3. And remember, so this is a minus 30 even to that check. This is to all checks.
So it's minus 30, and because of the damage I've taken, I'm below the the first threshold.
Yes.
So minus 3 extra for that.
So that would be minus 3 successes after you rolled yeah. So it adjusts your base score down by minus 30, and then however many successes you get off that, you have to subtract 3, and that's your total number of successes. So yeah, it's
I have a willpower of 74, so 74 minus 30 is 44.
44. Roll.
44.
Yeah, just roll. Roll low. How many heroic luck do you have?
Rolled 11.
Okay, that's brilliant. So that's 44, and you had 3 successes. You actually survive. You do not take any of the next round of effects on that one.
It just minim.
What do you want to do, Zig?
Just gonna look over and go, shut the fuck.
So you stand up and you yell this at her?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
No, just that.
Vince
See-
check.
Tahir, your turn.
2 points of movement up behind Bron. Cast spiritual weapon. That's 2 successes, so get that quickly.
You can divide your movement up, right? So you stopped, did that, and that's the furthest you can go without spending additional fatigue.
Yeah, that's fine. I can't afford the additional fatigue. I just can't.
All right.
I can't afford to save you, Zig. Not if I gotta heal you at the end when I arrive.
Right, Braun, your
Don't forget,
turn.
I've still got a few days before I turn
Okay.
into a bloody zombie.
Yeah.
No. My normal movement's 60, right?
If you do a full movement, yeah, it's 60. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Your normal movement in running takes you to here. And you see Ziggy he's bleeding out of his ears. He's got cuts all over him as this entity is just whipping around him. Now that you're within radius, make a willpower check TS of 3. Because she is wailing.
0 free.
You rolled an odd 3, gain another heroic luck, and you're good to go. And we'll stop there for this week.
Nice.
What weapons does Bron have in his hand? Just a quick question.
At the moment, it's
he's-
a battle axe now.
Yeah, it's
Sword
battle
is
axe. His
jammed
sword
in
is
the
jammed down there, and there is going to be repercussions for that as well because it's undead. It's going to try to get through the doorway. But until then, say goodbye, gentlemen.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
All right, everybody. So that's the end for today. Thank you so much for joining us. I really greatly appreciate everybody who's been here watching us. I hope you enjoyed the torment that I get to put these British brothers under every other week. We'll be back in 2 weeks to see if Ziggy survives. They are essentially fighting a banshee at this point, which probably wouldn't have been an issue if she didn't get shot in the first place. But that's another story, and we will see you in 2 weeks. Stay legendary, everybody.